Okay, this is week 6, introductory activity, conversions for area, volume, temperature. There's 14 problems here. The first one says convert the measurement. 128 cups, it's 8 gallons. Okay, so here I have my equivalences. 4 cups is 1 quart, and 4 quarts is 1 gallon. But these two aren't, and the equivalences, they are related. Cups isn't directly related to gallons, but things that are related to the same thing are related to the other. So what we have to do is chain some things together and convert from cups to quarts, and then convert quarts into gallons. So I'll start out with cups. $128 cups, and I want to convert cups into quarts, and then I want to convert quarts into gallons. So conversion happens at the expense of cancellation. So the relationship between cups and quarts, we see that 4 cups is 1 quart. And the relationship between gallons and quarts, we see that 4 quarts is 1 gallon. So when I multiply, cups cancel out, quarts cancel out, and across the top I'm just going to have 128 times 1 times 1, just 128. On the bottom I'm going to have 4 times 4 gallons, which is 128 over 16 gallons, which is 8 gallons. And that's the answer to that particular problem there. The next one is number 2. You're going from days to seconds. Okay. So you can see there across the top I have 1 day is 24 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes, and 1 minute is 60 seconds. So I have to convert that days into hours, convert hours into minutes, and convert minutes into seconds. So I'll write this out here then. So days into minutes, days into hours, and then hours gets converted into minutes, and then minutes get converted into seconds. So I start out with 5 days. And I want days to cancel out and replace it with hours. And then I want hours to cancel out and replace it with minutes. And then I want minutes to cancel out and replace it with seconds. Now the relationship between hours and days is that 1 day is 24 hours. And the relationship between hours and minutes is that 1 hour is 60 minutes. The relationship between seconds and minutes, that 1 minute is 60 seconds. So when I multiply, days cancel out, hours cancel out, minutes cancel out. The only thing that's left is seconds. So across the top I'm going to have, so really on the bottom I'm just going to have 1. And across the top I'm going to have 5 times 24 times 60 times 60 seconds, which gives me 432,000 seconds, my answer. And that's number 2 there. The next one is number 3. The next one here, convert feet per second into miles per hour. So I have to convert feet into miles. So across the top, feet into miles. On the bottom, seconds to hours. So I have to go convert feet into miles, and then the seconds into minutes, seconds into hours. So I have to go from seconds into minutes, and then convert minutes into hours. So given what I have here, I have 36 feet per second. I'll convert feet to miles first. So I want feet to cancel out and replace it with the number of miles. Then I'm going to start working on converting the seconds is in the bottom. So I want seconds up top so it cancels out. Seconds into minutes. And then I want minutes to cancel out and replace it with hours. So I want minutes to cancel out and replace it with hours. Okay, so in this case here, 1 mile is 5,280 feet. And we know that 1 minute has 60 seconds. And we know that 1 hour has 60 minutes. So when I multiply, feet cancel out, and I'm left with miles. When I multiply, seconds cancel out, and I'm left with minutes, and then minutes cancel out, and I'm left with hours. So across the top, I'm going to have 36 times 60 times 60. And on the bottom, I'm going to have 5,280. And the units is going to be miles per hour. Okay. So you can see that 30 times 60 times 60 divided by 5,280 gives me 24.545. And that's my answer there. And this was problem number 3. Number 4, approximate the unit you would use. I weigh 170 pounds. That makes sense there. And that's your answer. Next one here is converting. Some more conversion. Number 5. Convert 16,626 acres into square miles. Okay. So okay, so what you can do here is just set up a proportion. 1 square mile is equal to 640 acres. Is equal to so many. I'm trying to find square miles, so I'll have x square miles here. Now let's call it x square miles over 1626. So what I can do is cross multiply and divide. So x is equal to 1 times 16,000. 26. 1 times 1626 divided by 640 gives me 25.978 square miles. And that's my answer there. And that was number 5. Number 6 here. Convert the measurement. Number 6. And this one here, going from kilograms to milligrams. So I convert from kilograms to grams and then go from grams to milligrams. So I want kilograms to cancel out. So I have this here. And then I want to convert from, so kilograms cancels out, I'm left with just grams. But I want grams to cancel out, so I put it in the bottom here. So grams cancel out, I'm left with milligrams. So when I multiply, my only unit is milligrams. And I multiply across the top, 0.08825 times 1,000 times 1,000. So here you can see that 1 kilogram has 1,000 grams, and 1 gram has 1,000 milligrams, and that's my answer. The next one here is convert to measurement. We have 0.003 volts converted into nanovolts. So that relationship is given here. 1 nanovolt is 0.000000001 volts. So when I multiply, I want to go to nanovolts, so I want volts to cancel out. So I put that in the bottom using my equivalence. And I want to replace it with nanovolts. The relationship is given right here between them. So when I multiply, volts cancel. The only unit that's left is nanovolts. And my answer here, so I'm dividing and I end up with 3 million nanovolts for my final answer. The next one is microvolts. The equivalence is given here. So I start out with volts, so I want volts to go away. So this, I'll have my equivalence. The relationship is given right here in the equivalence. 1 microvolt is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there, 1. And so the units cancel out. The only unit that's left is microvolts. 95, I end up with 5,680 microvolts for my final answer. And number 9, convert square kilometers to square hectares, and there's my equivalence. I multiply both sides by 7.8. In this case here, it gives me the number of hectares for my answer, 780. Now do a conversion to Celsius. So that's my formula. Fahrenheit is 95, so I plug in and I simplify it using order of operations. So 95 minus 32 here gives me 63 times 5. It's 315 divided by 9. My answer is 35 degrees Celsius. And this one here we're converting gallons per minute to liters per hour. Okay. So they have to convert gallons into liters and minutes into hours. So here I started with 13 gallons per minute. And I want to convert to gallons first, so I convert to gallons first here. So I want gallons to go away and replace with liters. So my relationship between them, 1 gallon is 3.78 liters. 1 gallon is 3.78 liters. Okay. Then I want to start working, getting rid of the minutes to hours. So minutes is down here. So I put minutes up here so it cancels out and replace it with hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so when I multiply, gallons cancel out. And minutes cancel out. And I'm left with liters per hour. So I'm going to have 13 times 3.78 times 60 liters per hour. So I end up with 2,952.3 liters per hour for my answer. This one here, convert miles to kilometers. Okay, so 1 mile here. 1 mile is 1.6093 kilometers. 1 mile there. So I multiply miles, cancel out. I'm left with just kilometers. 3.22 kilometers for my answer. Okay. So you have two choices there. You can use this equivalence or you can use this equivalence. Convert to Kelvin. Okay. We're given Fahrenheit. And so there's my formula there. And I plug in. Replace Fahrenheit. Simplify, find the order of operations. And that was 322.4 Kelvin. And that was number 13 and number 14. What is the volume in gallons? So we got to find the volume first and convert cubic meters into cubic gallons. They give us the equivalence here. 1 cubic meter is equal to 264.1 fluid gallons. So I have my box. I labeled it. Found the volume. Multiplied. End up with 68,320 cubic meters. Okay, so there's my equivalence there. I have 1 cubic meter is 264. So I multiply both sides by 68,320. And that tells me that it's equal to, that 68,320 cubic meters is equal to 18,048,231 gallons for my answer there. And that is number 14.